Alrighty, there we go. Hi. Hello, welcome. Okay, today we are talking about how to use AI to have hard conversations in your relationships. This one is so good. I have been hearing more and more of my clients and talking to them about using AI and how to use AI in relationships. Hi, my name is Stephanie Worley. I'm a mental health therapist and a relationship coach. I help my clients create really authentic relationships using conscious communication. And I come on live weekly to talk about the conscious communication, like how to actually have those authentic relationships and communicate effectively in them. And so, of course, AI comes up, right? It is hard to escape doing anything without AI. Every app, everything's got AI. Did you know the number one use case for AI, like the chats, is like ChatGPT specifically, but is personal therapy? And I heard that. I was like, the number one use case is personal. That is mind blowing to me, but it makes sense. And I'm so glad. And as a therapist, I'm happy. I think it's great that people have access to something 24/7 to kind of be a sounding board. However, it's not a sounding board. And that's what we're going to get into today. There is so much on this topic of AI that I have knowledge on and that I want to talk about and then I have experience in. And today I really want to narrow it down to like how to use it to have hard conversations. Okay. I will make videos and talk about AI and mental health in general, AI and like relationship, like dating AI, like having an artificial intelligence relationship. I think that's another aspect of this. But today, I think what applies to most of the people that I work with is using AI to help you have a conversation and help you have a like difficult conversation. What I hear most of, and I'd love to hear from you. How do you use AI? Do you use it for like therapy or to have conversations? If so, like what prompts do you use? It would be interesting to hear. So, but what I have heard in my conversations with my clients and even personally, I have used it, it's like this, how do I fill in the blank? Like, how do I set a boundary here without having them feel bad? Or how do I set a boundary without sounding mean? Um, how do I say something? Um, and then you kind of say what you want to say, and then like, how can I word this like more friendly or more kindly or more professionally? I've done that professionally. I've written an email and put it in there and was like, make this sound more professional, right? And then I'm like, oh, that's great. Drop it in the email, and I'm like, that sounds so great, right? Um, there are so many ways people are using it. And with AI, quality in, quality out. Okay. I will say, what you get back with those kinds of questions is not like inherently wrong or bad. Most of the time, it's going to be really general, generic answers of like, hey, say it like this, right? It's just like polishes it up. It sounds really good. AI is programmed to sound really smart. It's programmed to help you feel good. AI is programmed to validate how you're feeling. Like, yeah, you're right. Your mom shouldn't just call you all the time or just show up unannounced. Or, yeah, your girlfriend shouldn't have done that, right? And it's a program to always agree with you. And then it's going to word things as such as well. And again, using it, infrequently to kind of help you word something, it's okay. It's like not evil, right? I'm definitely not one of those people who's like all or nothing. Like there is some okayness to this. But really I just think it's okay. And again, being a conscious communicator and relationship coach, but you can do so much better than that. And that's what we're going to get into today. So I want to like lay out some of the pros and cons here. I've already started that. And then I want to get into 3 specific ways you can use AI to have these difficult conversations and still make it like authentic and conscious and like create meaning in your relationships. Okay. I think we can have it all. I do. Okay. So the thing with AI, so again, I really hit on a lot of the positives. I know I don't think it's bad. It's okay. Um, that being said, some of the cons, right? AI is not going to understand the nuance of your relationship. There's no way you're going to be able to like input the history of your relationship with your mom and your mom's history with her mom and so on, right? And the dynamics between your parents and then how your dynamics relate in this and your boyfriend's parents dynamic. Like there's no way AI is ever going to like get the full nuance of it. Um and it's not going to understand urgency. It's not going to understand toxicity. Okay. It can't take that, like those, like kind of gut instinct of things. It can't replicate that. So if you're like, something's just not right here, you need to listen to that. That's your body sending you a signal. And AI cannot replicate that. It can't not even replicate it. It can't even like understand it to be able to use it. Hey, welcome. Another thing AI cannot do in relationships with helping you communicate is challenge you to think. It's not programmed to challenge you to think automatically, okay? It's going to agree with you and then it's just going to give you the answer. It's just going to tell you what to do. It's going to give you advice. And this is something completely opposite than what I do as a therapist and a coach. I not that I don't agree with you, but I don't want to agree. I want to be that blank sounding board. I, on purpose, check my own thoughts and opinions about you and the relationship and the situation. And I ask you, well, what do you think about that? Right. And then a therapist and a coach should never like directly tell you what to do. Okay. And again, this is the opposite of what AI does. AI completely agrees with you. And here's what you do. Okay. Also, AI will like always circumvent you back to itself. So it'll never like have you go outsource the information. It'll never have you go like get validity through anybody else. It'll never have you like search outside of you or connect with other people. It's always going to bring you back to you. Unfortunately, there have been some cases. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. There's been some cases where that's been really detrimental for the person. Um, when we start doing this, when we start outsourcing, hey, what should I say here? How should I say this here? How do I sound nicer? How do I sound more friendly? We create like a codependency with AI. Okay. It's increases your anxiety for the in real life conversations, the IRL conversations, right? Because now you're like, well, I don't trust me to say the right thing. So I need to like double check that I'm saying this friendly through this like technology, so, like filter so that I can show up in real life. So that in real life feels more dangerous because I don't have this filter. It's almost like in like showing up social media, everyone literally has those filters on their face and they get nervous showing up in real life because it's like, well, I don't actually look like that. Right. And it's like they can change everything. They can change the shape of your whole face. And so it can increase anxiety and dependency on AI for you to not show up authentically in real life because you're like not practicing the skills. Communication is a skill, which is good because you can get good at it. Okay. So it's a good thing. And when you use AI, when you outsource that, it's doing the work. So it's getting better, not you. It's getting better at that, not you. You're not using your brain to really think that through and decide what you want to say and how you want to say it and having your back of like, yes, this is friendly enough. Yes, I'm a friendly person. I don't need a computer to tell me how to be friendly. I am a friendly or I'm a kind person. Um, Okay, just a couple more things here. AI will never, similarly, never challenge you to take responsibility. Right? Again, it's always just going to agree with your point of view. It's never going to challenge you, like, well, what part of this was you? How did you and how were you involved of it? It's also never going to challenge you to feel your feelings. Yeah, right. Therapist and as a coach, we do that, right? Like, let's feel your feelings. What's going on? Why are you so upset about this? Right? Um, let's sit with it. Let's process it. AI out of the box, AI is not going to do that for you. It's not going to have you do that, okay? Um, and it's not going to challenge you to be okay with someone else's feelings. It's going to say, "Oh yeah, your mom shouldn't do that. Boyfriend shouldn't be doing that." And, if they get upset, like, well, here's how you're like, I don't want to, how do I say this without making them upset? Right? It's going to try to help you figure that out. When in reality, there's no figuring out how to make someone not upset by saying, set a boundary and not make someone upset. We can't control other people's reactions and outcomes to that. So it is going to be hard, or AI will help you try to avoid that. It's going to feed into this need of like avoiding emotions. The only reason, the whole title of this is how to use AI to have tough conversations. Tough conversations are going to be inherently like emotion producing. That's what makes them tough, right? Because they're like uncomfortable. I'm going to feel feelings. I'm going to feel vulnerable. I want to say some a hard truth to somebody, right? And I'm going to have feelings about it. And they're going to have feelings about it, right? And that's what makes it tough. Right? I want to move out. I want to break up. I want a divorce. I feel unseen or unheard, or I don't want you to come over unannounced. Whatever this hard conversation is it's hard because you're going to have feelings and they're going to have feelings, and you got to do the feelings. And I do enjoy AI and I love it. It struggles with the feeling piece. It struggles to help people process and feel feelings and to identify them and actually work through them. It can be like, go ahead and take a deep breath. It can like kind of cue you to do things, but it's very surface level. Alrighty. So what you all came for. Let's get to it. 3 ways to use it that are gonna circumvent some of these things, okay? To actually use it and get and be conscious, use it in a way to show up authentically, be genuine in your relationships, and to like use your brain to get better at relationships, not just use this as like, give me the answer, let me go. Let me give you the answer so I can text this to someone else. I did see a video, a reel, and it was a couple, and the man was on the couch. The woman like came out of the bedroom. It's morning time. They just woke up. He's sitting there. She walks in, and she's like, "Hi." And then he like looks into his phone and is like, "She just said hi. What do I say?" And it's like, "Hi. How did you sleep last night?" He's like, "Hey, how'd you sleep last night?" And then she's like, turns around, texts her phone with the chat GPT. He asked me, how did I sleep last night? What should I say? And then it tells her, and then she, right? Like that's everything gets filtered through technology at that point. There's no authenticity in that relationship. Okay. So that's an extreme. It's funny. It's funny because it's kind of true. It's kind of already happening. Let's avoid that. Here is what we do. Okay. I've got 3 ways to do it. The first one here is the simplest, I think, is to just ask AI to help me see, instead of this like how to or what should I say here, use ask AI to use either motivational interviewing or the Socratic method to help me see my responsibility here, to help me see my part in this situation, or ask me, 3 to 5 questions to see my part in this situation. Okay. And again, you're asking it to give you questions. Tell me, what part am I missing here? what's my responsibility here? Oftentimes in relationships, we want to blame the other person. It's easier if other people would just change, then we wouldn't have to do the work. So this opens the door to seeing a different perspective, getting your brain out of this tunnel vision of what you think is the reality. Okay. So again, motivational interviewing or like the Socratic method. Okay. It's just going to ask like very open ended questions for you to start thinking about things differently in the situation and take some ownership. Relationship isn't 50-50; it's 100-100. Relationships are not 50-50; they're 100-100. Okay? So you do, and this is what I work with my clients, is like you do need to take 100% of the 100% of the responsibility for the way your relationship is right now. And our brain has a really hard time doing that. It wants to blame, it wants to outsource that to someone else. Okay, it can't possibly all be my fault. And it isn't, but you do own 100% of everything that you contributed. And then you can work on that and change it. Okay, so that's the first method. The second method, there's quite a bit to it. This is a prompt, another prompt you can put into AI that's got like several layers to it. Okay. So I'm going to create a 1-page document with all of this in it. If you would like that, comment me and I will reach out. I'll send a DM with a link to this 1-pager for how to communicate. Okay. So first here, you're going to describe the situation. So who are you? Who's this other person? Very simply, what's the situation? Try to be as factual as possible here. And then you make your request. Ask AI to be like, what perspective do you want AI to take? So if you're already working with a therapist, you can ask them what perspective they take. So you kind of have some continuity between your therapist and or previous therapist or a coach or whatever, and how AI is going to respond to it. You can be a CBT expert, be Mel Robbins or Tony Robbins, someone who's like very public and has lots of points out there, lots of like data and stuff they can pull from. You could ask it to use like evidence-based tools from DBT or to come at it from an Adlerian psychology perspective. Okay, those are some that I would choose. I think you're going to get pretty good results with that. Okay, so you want to assign the AI a role, a lens in which to view this, not just this generic perspective. Okay, you want to be specific, and then you're going to ask me 3 to 5 questions to get a better clarity or understanding of the situation. So you're going to ask it to ask you some questions to get a better understanding of the situation, and then put your request in of what you want. I want help with defining a better boundary here, or how, options of how to handle this situation. Okay, think of it more of like a brainstorming, like what are my options here? What are some ways this can go? Versus like, how do I say exactly this and that? See, this is again more like conceptualizing the situation versus just I put something in, you like very transactional. You give me like the words to say, and then I go text it to whomever. Okay. All right. So again, that second one was describe the situation. Oh, yeah. What do you want help with? Your request for AI, like who do you want AI to be? And then the questions, ask me questions to help me better to then help me understand and conceptualize the situation. All right. So a little more involved in the first one. And then this last one is to evaluate. So this can be done on top of the first two. It could be done separately. But before you start using AI, what's your goal? What's your point? What do you want to get from it? Do you just want to get a sentence back so you can plug and play with a conversation? What do you want to understand? What do you need better clarity on? Okay. So you being conscious, right? Conscious communication, you consciously communicating, but with the AI is going to help you get better results as well. So, what is it that I do want to get out of this conversation with AI? What help do I actually need and want? Um, how am I feeling before using AI? And then evaluate afterward. Did I get what I came for? Did I get what I came for? And how am I feeling after AI? Am I feeling more grounded or am I feeling more scattered? Okay. Am I feeling more frazzled? Am I feeling still as insecure as I did before? What's going on with how you're feeling? Again, you're dropping into your own consciousness while you're before and after using AI, maybe even during it. Like, how am I feeling as this conversation's unfolding? Okay. The prompts will help you be more consciously using it and having you get what you came for. But it's still important to evaluate again. What am I doing here? And then did I get what I came for? How did I feel in the beginning? And now how do I feel after the conversation? Okay. So those are my 3 main ways to use it to have a difficult conversation. And then the thing is like you're still gonna have to go and have that difficult conversation, that tough conversation, okay? And all I wanna say there is, again, like I said before, is the hardest part is just you're going to have emotions and they're going to have emotions. Okay. And that's okay. And this is the work I do one on one in my coaching is helping people like understand the emotions, get comfortable being uncomfortable, and how to stay in the consciousness of what am I doing in this conversation? How am I feeling right now? And not being like so triggered and reactive to that. Okay. If you're looking for more help in that, you can always reach out to me. Again, if you want that one pager of um, the one pager of how to use AI for tough conversations, just say me in the comments and I will reach out to you and give you a DM and drop you the link. Okay. All right. Thanks for joining me again. My name is Stephanie Worley, and I will see you all next time. Bye.